President Trump set to hold a press conference tomorrow to address crime in our nation's capital, saying, quote, D.C. has become one of the most dangerous cities anywhere in the world. It will soon be one of the safest. This comes after the attack of a DOJ staffer trying to stop teens who were attempting to carjack someone last weekend. And President Trump says he's even considering taking federal control of the city.
We have a capital that's very unsafe. We're going to do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape. We're going to beautify the city. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly.
Former D.C. police officer Tom Verri joining us now. Tom, thank you for coming on, and really no one better to sort of explain this because you've been in the city. You understand how this works, but now, and I've been a resident for decades, but now it doesn't feel safe, and these teens are really out of control. While the actual numbers, according to Mayor Bowser, are down a little bit, what do you make of the situation?
Well, it's a combination. First of all, thank you for having me on this morning. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
It's a combination of several things. First of all, you do have, Democrat elected anti-police, people that are in on the districts, council members. And, the police are overworked. They're on now 12-hour shifts with no days off and mandatory holdovers, which means if you're working a 12-hour shift and say someone's out sick or there's, a spot that needs to be filled, you're just going to be held over. So that's creating a lot of fatigue with the officers. And the other thing is they're not prosecuting the crimes the way they should, the U.S. Attorney's Office. And, they're bogged down. They're through no fault of their own. They've got a lot of federal cases that they deal with, a lot of civil cases that they deal with.
Right.
And the crimes are just not getting prosecuted. I mean, and then, of course, you've got the Youth Rehabilitation Act. And like you said, a lot of these crimes are being committed by the younger ones, 11 to 17.
Yeah,
and it's become go ahead.
Well, Tom, I just want to jump in there because I think you put your finger on something that's really important about this story, and that is they're simply not prosecuting them because while the overall crime numbers are down some, the actual carjackings are rising. That's what was being attempted when the DOJ staffer was bloodied up and beaten trying to stop that at 3 in the morning. But we also know that 51% of carjackings in D.C. are being done by people who are under 18 because they're not prosecuted. The MPD officers that I know and have talked to for years tell me they're all kinds of frustrated because they can arrest all the teens in the world, but if they're being let out, what's the point? Are you hearing the same frustration?
Absolutely. The other thing is, with the YRA, they can be up to 25 years old and, 25 and under. And the court has what they call flexibility. That's another term for, we can pretty much sweep everything under the rug and have a revolving door of justice. And I was glad to hear the president talking about taking over and taking control because it definitely needs to happen. But, kids it's become a recreational sport now, committing crimes. There's no punishment. You've had a recently re-elected city council person from Ward 8 who was arrested by the FBI and charged with bribery crimes. Now, the trial doesn't start till January, so, I'm not going to elaborate. But, if you're teaching the youth of this city that they can commit crimes, do whatever they want,
right.
And then, here's another role model. You can just get reelected to office, even if you're charged with a federal crime. So, the message is not getting there, and they're doing whatever they want.
We got to leave it there, Tom. But you're right. A lot of pressure on the city leaders there as President Trump steps in. We'll see what he says at that press conference tomorrow. Tom Verri, thank you very much. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.